You're sitting across a table from someone you like, and without deciding to, you catch yourself leaning the exact way they're leaning. Your hand wrapped around your cup, the exact way theirs is wrapped around theirs. You didn't copy them on purpose. Your body just did it. What's actually happening is a real, measured phenomenon researchers call the chameleon effect. In 1999, psychologists Tanya Chartrand and John Bargh had people sit one-on-one with a stranger. Actually, a researcher trained to either rub their own face or shake their own foot throughout the conversation, at random, without ever mentioning it. Hidden cameras caught what happened next. The real participants started rubbing their own faces or shaking their own feet too, matching whichever behavior the stranger happened to be doing. Far more than chance would predict, and almost none of them noticed they were doing it when asked afterward. This isn't just a psychology trick discovered in a lab in the 1990s. Years earlier, in Parma, Italy, a team led by neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti was recording individual brain cells in a macaque monkey, studying the neurons that fire when the monkey grasps an object. By accident, a lab member reached out and picked up a piece of food in front of the monkey, and the exact same neuron fired, even though the monkey itself hadn't moved a muscle. They'd stumbled onto what are now called mirror neurons, brain cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you simply watch someone else perform it, as if your brain can't fully tell the difference. The same basic wiring that made a monkey's brain echo a researcher's hand is the leading candidate for why your own hand just echoed a stranger's. Chartrand and Bargh didn't stop at catching the mimicry. They measured what it did. After each conversation, participants rated the stranger's version of themselves who had subtly mirrored their movements as more likable, and the interaction as smoother, compared to a version of the stranger who didn't mirror them at all. And it worked in the other direction too. People who scored higher on standard tests of empathy were the ones who unconsciously mimicked the most, meaning that the more naturally you tune into another person, the more your own body starts quietly copying them. A skeptic might say this is just politeness, people consciously softening their body language to seem agreeable. But the participants in that original study genuinely couldn't report doing it, even when asked directly afterward, and the effect showed up strongest in exactly the people wired to be most attuned to others, not the ones trying hardest to be liked. And to be clear, this isn't full-blown copying either. You're not mimicking a stranger's exact words or repeating their sentences back. It's a narrow slice of behavior, mostly posture, gesture, and small movement, running well beneath anything you'd call a decision. Go back far enough, and the logic gets simple. A group of early humans that could quickly signal, "I'm with you, I'm paying attention, we're on the same side," without a single word, had a real coordination advantage over a group that couldn't, deciding who to trust with food, with a task, with your back turned, often had to happen faster than language could settle it. Mirroring someone's posture is a cheap, automatic, hard-to-fake signal of exactly that. Your body announcing alignment before your mouth has said anything at all, and precisely because it isn't a conscious choice. It's much harder to fake than a smile or a compliment ever could be. Once you know to look for it, this same unconscious copying shows up in more than just posture. Put two people from different regions in a long conversation, and their accents start drifting toward each other within minutes, without either one trying. Sit in a room where one person starts laughing, and the laugh spreads through the group before anyone consciously decides to join in. Watch a crowd clapping along to music, and within a few seconds, almost everyone locks into the exact same rhythm, with no one counting beats out loud. Even two strangers waiting for the same elevator will start swaying at the same small pace without noticing, the same way two people walking together tend to fall into step within a few strides. None of it planned, none of it discussed, all of it running on the same quiet copying reflex. So the next time you catch your own hand doing something a stranger's hand just did, a fraction of a second later than theirs, that's not you being unusually impressionable. That's the same circuitry first caught by accident in a monkey's brain in Parma, still running in yours, quietly announcing that you're paying attention to this person before you ever chose to say so out loud. You were never actually consulted about any of this either. The mirror neurons in your brain don't check whether you meant to copy someone. They just fire the moment you watch it happen, and your body follows along a beat later. So the next time you're across a table from someone you like, and you notice your own posture has quietly become theirs, That's not a coincidence, and it's not weakness. That's a several 100,000-year-old signal, still running exactly as designed, telling both of you the same thing at once. I'm here, and I'm with you. And your posture isn't the only part of you running on a signal you never agreed to. Wait until you see what your pupils do the instant something genuinely interests you and why you can't fake it, no matter how hard you try.